access information. Now, Radio 1's digital update.
On tonight's digital update, if you can't do it with a gun, how can you do it? Sophie and Chris from the audience indulge in some cuddly cartoon slaughter.
This is a bit mean, isn't it? Shooting lots of teddy bears.
Plus, old computers. We harangue the retro geeks in a new shop specialising in time warp tech.
And thank us for the music. We teach you how to play the greatest telephonic tone tunes in the world ever.
Press star for help.
I'm Rachel Reynard, and that thing claims to be called Charlie Brooker.
Hello, I'm the new boy. Please like me.
Hello, this is the digital update on Radio 1.
I'm Sophie from the audience and I'm about to kill some people senselessly.
But not in real life, thank goodness. That would be hideous. Instead, Sophie's trying her hand at the home version of arcade light gun hit Point Blank.
Oh, excellent. It's like shooting the at fun fairs. Lots of little animals that pop up and go back down again. I've got to shoot them. This is a bit mean, isn't it? Shooting lots of teddy bears. Doesn't even look particularly threatening. They've just got bulgy eyes. I want to go for the fish one now. It looks more fun. We've got 15 targets to shoot and they're all piranhas. Got unlimited bullets. Always a good thing. Whoa, there's loads of them. They're going really quickly. That's not fair. Shoot 20 ninjas or more. Exciting. They're not very threatening ninjas, are they? They just look like cardboard cutouts.
That's because they are cardboard ninjas, knucklehead. Despite its serious name, Point Blank is silly. There's no gore, and the on-screen action is more like a Bewitched video than a nihilistic shootout.
Come on, die. Quite strange the things you've got to shoot at, isn't it? Teddy bears, cars, ninjas, fish.
Sophie isn't the only trigger-happy member of the audience. We asked Chris to have a pop too.
I've been watching Sophie. I think she's been pretty good.
Oh yeah, we're going to try the expert thing now. I don't think we're actually ready for it, but we're going to go for it anyway.
I'll go for the ninjas again.
Point Blank the game is nothing to do with the recently reissued 1967 movie of the same name, although Chris seemed to think it was.
I actually thought I'd give me a chance to pretend to be Lee Marvin and sort of good action film adventure, not shooting at octopuses.
I like it. It's cartoony enough. I'd probably play a couple more times, but if I didn't get any better quickly, then I'd lose interest. Like, game over. That's terrible.
Point Blank is available in shops for money right now.
Technology, it's good on Radio 1.
Radio 1's digital update.
The internet is a massive information discotheque where Freddie Fact and Fiona Fib dance cheek to cheek beneath the strobe light of technology. Trying to tell the two apart is often tough, so we've done it for you in this week's Net News.
Thank you.
Oh my God, they've overkilled Kenny. If you're sick to the back teeth of friends spouting South Park ad nauseum, you'll have a chance to get your own back when the official video game arrives later this year.
Now it's getting really funky.
New details reveal it'll be a 3D multiplayer shooting game like Quake, but with weapons that fire excrement and live cows instead of bullets.
Wow!
It's often easy to tell where a website's author is based just by looking at their web address. .uk indicates Britain and .fr refers to France. Simple, but it's just not specific enough for some people. Internet pioneer Vint Cerf wants the naming system expanded to include other planets, such as .earth or .mars, ready for future colonisation of far-off worlds.
These days, health is king, which is why you're more likely to be turfed out of a restaurant for lighting a cigarette than you are for drowning kittens in a bucket in the middle of the table. Smoking is definitely out, which is why the Department of Health has launched a snazzy new website aimed at convincing young nicotine junkies that what they're doing is sick and wrong. Beside the usual ghastly medical information, there's a selection of practical solutions to the trials of quitting, including an on-screen game to keep idle hands occupied and an email service which sends out anti-smoking propaganda for smokers to read each morning, assuming they haven't already obscured their monitor by coughing a thick layer of dark grey phlegm all over it.
As ever, all this week's stories can be seen standing around gnashing their yellowed fingernails and shuddering like junkies at our website at I'm in a shop, a computer shop that's only just opened for business. But if it's the very latest spod gear I've come here to buy, I've come to the wrong place, because the computers on sale here are ugly, boxy, bleepy, and old. Next to today's slimline system, some of these retro machines, like this Commodore PET, look as big as cupboards. And these games look rubbish. Still, there are customers here, so this must be what the people want. Perhaps Ash, the manager, can tell me why. Why is all this old tat suddenly popular?
It's not suddenly popular. I mean, the old tat, as you say, is partially junk. It's a mix of junk and highly sought-after collectibles. During the mid-80s, there are large quantities of various models that were released at one time. Commodore, Atari, Texas Instruments, and various other companies all jumped on the bandwagon to release some form of home computer.
How much could I expect to pay for an old computer that won't do anything?
From £5-10 up to 100, 150, depending on what condition it's in. As they have become collectibles, it's all down to the condition from the box to the unit itself to how well it functions.
Could you switch that beeping noise off, because it's actually driving me crazy?
No problem.
Oddly enough, people really do buy this stuff. A man with cash in his hands. I couldn't help noticing that you're in here buying some old games. Why?
Oh, because for all the new consoles, it's only a matter of time before they all go out of date.
But surely the newer games are better.
Oh, that's true, definitely, yeah, but given that they're so expensive, I don't find them much worth it playing on my own, sort of thing.
Don't they all look like pages from CFAX?
No.
If I was to tell you that you could use a current computer that you might find in your own office today to play these old games, would you think I was some kind of madman?
Yeah.
You don't have to have the original old computers to be able to play the old games. You can run emulators on a modern PC or Mac.
Matt Simpson runs the website ARG, which stands for Ainley Retentive Retro Games House. Emulators make one computer imitate another, a bit like a digital Rory Bremner, only 1,000 times less smug.
On the screen at the moment we've got a screenshot of an old Spectrum game called Sabrewolf, which was written by a company that's just released Banjo-Kazooie, which is a big hit. Last year released GoldenEye, which is seen as being one of the best Nintendo 64 games. Just get it started. Pretty much everything that was anything in the 1980s is now emulated.
Where do these emulators come from? Do you find them under a bush?
They're written by dedicated hobbyists, really, and they're available over the internet. They're mainly either released free or the authors ask if you use it. They ask that you send them a very small amount of money, £5, £10. It's interesting to know where a lot of the ideas in modern games come from. These older games are incredibly playable.
But emulation has a downside. Playing some of the old games is technically against the law. Many are still under copyright, so to download them without already owning the original is an act of piracy. What's that there? School Days, what's that?
School Days was a game where you were a little school kid. You had to go around school and not get too many lines from the teachers, not get bullied.
The life of a schoolboy, so yeah. Did you get to ram raid shops?
Probably not, Charlie. These games come from a more innocent age, when kids played with conkers instead of machetes. Still, if you want to try your hand at some sepia-tinted fun, you'll find the essential emulation links on our website.
Go on to the Radio 1 website, www.bbc.co.uk/radio1/.
Now, bad news for expensive synthesizers in this week's Virtual Insanity.
Thank you for calling.
Have you ever noticed how some phone numbers are easier on the ear than others? No? Then pay a visit to Johnny's Mobile Phone Tune Time, the website that lists melodies anyone can play on a humble touch-tone phone. Like this little number from Oasis. The site lists loads of other telephonic ditties, from She Bangs the Drum to Three Lions.
Email Rachel with your own phone tunes. That's rachel@bbc.co.uk.
Just don't get carried away and trash your instruments at the end of the gig. Charlie, stop it now.
We promise to play the best entries on the show.
Konnichiwa. It's a computer world.
Now toss your hats in the air and line dance with joy. It's John Peel.
Discontinue tomorrow, 8:30 p.m. Radio 1's Movie Update. The update on Radio 1.
Line dance here at your peril. This is for you.